Hello creatives, how are we doing? Hope you are doing fine. This is John of John Visual. In this session of our tutorial, I'll be guiding us on the steps that was carried out in creating this church flyer design. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. But before then, let me explain something to us. I received a job from one of my clients, and he gave me the team, which is Mantles of Power. I settled down. I took on the thought process on how I can be able to tell a story using the background to tell a story. So I came up with this. So I'm going to guide us on the different approaches I took to be able to come out with this church flyer. All right, so the size we'll be using here is 4 by 5, and the first thing I did here was to create a gradient view. I created a gradient view. So I went to my basic, I selected, so I added this place. I will use red here. So I click OK. So this is the first thing I did here. The first thing I did here was to create a gradient view. So I'll go to my file, place embedded. Okay, one of the files I used here, one of the backgrounds I used there, I generated a background using a chat GPT, using AI to generate a background. So this is one of the backgrounds that was generated. This is it. So I will enlarge the background. Enlarge the background. Okay, I have something like this because I want to tell a story using my background. So I'll still import another one. This is the one I used, another background I used. Okay, so I'll take it towards this side. Next thing I will do is to here now is to start brushing, removing the parts that are not needed. So I'll select my brush tool and click. This is something like this is okay for us. So the next thing I did here was I added another background from the image I generated using AI. Okay. All right. So this is the background this is another background I used. I used this background, but in this background now I only want to make use of this stone. That is the only place I want to make use of. So I'll reduce my opacity small to be able to see where I'm taking I'll reduce it a little bit because I want the foot of this very prophet here to be on top of the stone. So I'll increase it, select my layer marks. I'll fade off. I'll just fade the side I don't want. Remember, it's a story we want to tell, so anything that is not going to tell the story is not needed. So I have something like this. I'll carefully fade it so that I'll have his foot on the rock. Something like this is perfect. Yes, so it now looks as if he's standing on the stone. Okay, so the next thing I'll do here, I'll get another background to blend the lower part of the image. So this is what I'll enlarge this. I'm going to enlarge this. So this time around I'm going to use our gradient fill to blend. So I'll add the layer marks, click on my gradient to then hold my shift, click up, and then drag down to blend. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, I have something like this, but let me move this down. Okay, something like this is okay, but I'll just use my brush tool now to make a little bit of a adjustment to it, but I'll reduce the flow. Then increase the size of my brush. And I'll just fade it a little. Just fade a little. All right, we have something like this is okay. Okay. I need to blend this place at the foot. I need to blend it. So the thing I will do here is I will simply add my, okay, let's just continue. Okay, the next thing I will do here, I have a kind of light indicating the power, a kind of thunder strike indicating the power. So I'll go to my folder. This is the thunderstorm. So I'll take it up. The next thing I will do here is to change I'll click on Ctrl T. I'll rotate it a little. Then change the blending mode. I'll change the blending mode to screen. Let me I'll change the blending mode to screen. Okay. Yes, I have something like this. Is okay. So next thing we will do here is to add another element at the background. So this is the element I added at the background. I added this element at the background. So what I did was to increase it. This indicates power also, so I'll increase it. Change the blending mode. I will increase and change the blending mode to screen. I'll change it to screen. I'll add a new layer, click on my brush tool, and then fade the edge of it. I'll fade the edge. Just fade around it. So the next thing I will do here is to duplicate this. I will duplicate this layer. This particular element. I'll duplicate it. Click on my right click and then click on flip horizontal. Take it here. Take it to this very place. Shift this. So I'll bring it down. I'll bring it down. So all right, this is one of the things we have. Another thing I did was to get another background. So let me import this very one, but I'll give us the resources that we are used to create this. So I have this very, sorry, let me get the background I used. Okay, this is it here. This is it. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and also invite other creatives to be part of the knowledge you are gaining. Remember, I said earlier on, the essence of this background is to create a story that connects easily with our team, and that is what we are we actually do. So this is the element here. So what I removed the background, then used the Gaussian blur to blur it a bit, to blur it a little. Okay, so this is what we have here, one of the elements we have here. All right, so the next thing I will do is to let me bring this element. Let me bring this element here. This is the element. These are the elements. This is the element, the down parts, because I wanted to add my location here. So I looked for an element that will best give me what I wanted. So I'll take it a little up here. I'll take the second one again. Don't worry, the resources will be sent to us. Okay, so I'll take this down because I want to add this for my. Okay, so I will rotate a little, then drag, take it up small. Right, something like this is okay. So the next thing I will do is to get the picture of the pastor that was used. But before then, I want to blend. Okay, let's get the pastor's image first, his picture first. So I'll bring his image. I'll bring his image here. Yes, this is the pastor's image I used. So I'll take it to the center here. This place is okay. So I have something like this, but I wanted to add. I've started telling story, but I needed to add more details to the background. I added another element by the side that depicts fire. So let's get the element. A touch of fire. Because if you are talking of power generates fire, maybe through prayer and a lot of things. So I had to use this very element to be part of the storytelling backgrounds I'm using. Okay, so this is what we have here. Then for this element, I used Binet. I used Binet here. I added what I did was to add a Gaussian blur to it. I added a Gaussian blur to it. Okay, so let's see, but I'll move it behind these elements we have here. I'll move it behind the elements we have there. So let me move it behind the element here. Something like this is what we have. Another thing I will do is to duplicate this by pressing Ctrl J. Then I'll click on Ctrl T to transform. Then drag it again to add to the other side. But this time around, I'm going to right click and click on flip. We have something of this nature. Okay, remember I told us something. The placement of our elements matters a lot when you are designing. Okay, let me take this a bit up. Okay, let's into that. I want to fade the pastor, the down part of his image. I want to fade it a little, just add a little bit of a gradient to it. So I'll click on his image layer, click on add new layer, create new layer. I'll click on my brush tool, leave the flow at 20 or 21. I'll softly and easily, I will just click to add a bit of gradient or brush to it. I just want to be a little bit subtle while I'm creating this. You can decide not to add the layer to, you can decide not to add the brush, but I actually want to do that. It's a designer's choice. In this one, there's no one way of doing this very one I'm doing. It just depends on what you want. Okay, this is what we have. So let's look at the next thing is to bring the theme. We are done with the background, is to bring the theme. So just to save our time, I'll be click and dragging. I'll click and then drag the text. So all right, I have this, but I am kind of trying to stress myself in seeing the writer because it is more of white. Okay, let me reduce the this image so that we can properly see it. So I'll reduce the size of it, or reduce this size, so I'll take it up. Let me reduce it again and take it up. Okay, I have something like this. Let me repeat the same thing here. Control T. Sorry, okay, this is it. Control T. So I'll reduce the size again. I'll take it up. Okay, so let's try to make little adjustments to our background. Okay, let me take this up. Then the theme, I want the I'm trying to make some adjustments, so let me change this and okay, no, let me. All right, so we are having something. Let me click on the theme. The reason I'm making little adjustments, I want the prophet and his mentee to show on the background, depicting when the mantle of power is being given. So I want it to be visible. So next thing I will do is, because of contrast sake, I'll add a new layer. I'll add a brush, a dark color behind this text, so that the mantles of power can be visible. So I'll create another layer, click on brush, change my foreground color to black, but this time around it won't be that black. I'll just add, okay, so I'll leave my flow at 21. I will just fade. I'll just fade. Okay, let me take this behind the pastor's image. Okay, let me also take it behind this. Okay, we have something like the bottom at the background. Something is not right at the background, so I'll quickly make a correction here. Okay, so let me fade. All right, so okay, this is what we have here. We are almost getting there. The next thing I will do here is to get another element that will connote with power. That's the next thing I will do here. So let's get another element. Okay, let's get the element to save our time. So let's get it from this very okay. This is our yellow. All right, just let me change the name so that so I'll just click and drop. Let's take it be in front of alphabet O. Okay, we have this. Okay, let's bring our off. So I'll click and yeah, something of this nature is okay. So I'll take it to the center. I'll click my okay. Let's see, the next thing to do here is to the name of the pastor and then the address. So let me get the name of the pastor. The name of the pastor. Okay, and this element, this the name of the pastor and the element. So I'll just click the two, drag and drop. Drag and drop. I'll review it. This is what we are. So let's go to the location and then date and time. This is our location. This is our location. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just click and drag. I will show it. So let's just make a little adjustment to this. Let's make a little adjustment to it. So I'll just click for the venue first. I'll rotate because I want it to have the same flow with the element I'm placing it on top. So I'll increase it a little. I'll increase a little and then move it up. This is perfect. I'll repeat the same thing with that of the the time. That of the time. All right. So this is what we have here. Sorry. We have logo, the logo that was used here. So let me click and drag the logo. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment if this tutorial has been helpful to you. Okay, okay, this is the logo. Let me group it. Let me group it and name it logo. So let me click and drag. So I'll place it above. Let me take it up. No, sorry. This is a mistake. Okay, I've seen it. So I'll take it up. Then and hide it. Control T. I'll drag it to the center. Okay, for contrast sake, I'll change this text to white. No, is better at black. All right, so this is what we have. The next thing to do here is to take to start color grading. I'll start color grading by making use of color lookup. I think this time around I'll make use of the tray stripe. I'll reduce the opacity. Let me check the previous one, the color lookup we used here. Okay, it was cream swirl that was used there. But let's try something. Let's use it. Let's still use it, but reduce the opacity of it. Okay, let's add a color balance to this. I'll add on the mid tone, I'll add yellow. On the mid tone, I'll add red, a bit of red. I'll click on my shadow. I'll add blue on my shadow. Then I'll add a bit of red. No, I'll add a little of red. My highlight, I'll add yellow to it because I have little of light. Okay, this time around I'll add little cyan to it. Okay, we are done with our color balance. We selected our color lookup grims, and then we'll reduce the opacity to 25. The next thing we'll do here is to move to our color filter. Let me check the color filter that was used here. Green is the color filter that was used. So I'll just select green, but I'll reduce the intensity and the opacity. I'll reduce it. This is what we have here. We have 60 and 19. Okay, so 60 and 19. This is what we are having. So the final step we need to do, I think I added a lens flare. Added this lens flare to it, but I'll take it down. So let me make an adjustment to it. We are almost done. We are done.